everybody, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. RT Lusso here and welcome to my channel Rapido T Lusso Guitar, where today we're going to be reviewing the all new limited edition double platinum anniversary Gretsch G5420. It's the 140th anniversary of Gretsch musical instruments, so hooray for that. And thankfully they're still around and they're coming out with improved models every year. I mean, these electromatics have just been getting better and better over the last sort of 8 to 10 years. I noticed an improvement in the pickups on the rat rod and the tri-5. These FT pickups 5Es are no exception. I think they've gone up another level. But before we get into that, I thought I'd just tell you about some of the dimensions, the construction, the pickup readings. We'll go into the colour. I'll be playing it a little bit more, but let's just have a quick look at the guitar. It's a beautiful colour. It's like a pearl stone on the top and an ice blue on the sides back, and they've done the pickup surrounds in the ice blue, the scratch plate. The Headstock Gretsch logo is like it's multicoloured, like almost abalone or abalone type looking logo, and it's got the commemorative, that's easy for me to say, plaque here, which we'll discuss that in a bit. So construction wise, this is really interesting because they've gone to the full thickness 2 3/4 inch body, and the G5420 was that anyway as far as I know, but they've put trestle bracing in it, which to me means they've reduced the number of plies in the construction. So it's actual maple and it's 3-ply. And if you don't know what trestle bracing is, I've got Black Phoenix there. I don't know whether you can see it. That's trestle braced. And in 1959, the 6120, they put this bracing in to reduce the feedback. And I think it was Chet Atkins who was playing bigger venues and was sort of having to crank his amps up a little bit more, and he was getting feedback. So they addressed it by putting 2 lengths of wood, one there, 2 struts if you like, sat on 2 feet. And in this case they look like little Arc de Triomphes, because I put a camera in there and just had a look. And there's 2 of those, and what that does is marry the back to the top and reduce that resonance that when the guitar starts going whoa, really starts to feed back, which I've not had any issues with my other completely hollow old Gretches, with a little bit of feedback but nothing terrible, not like a lot of the myths say. On the older G5420s they were 6-ply top and bottom to sort of make them really rigid to reduce feedback, so it wouldn't make sense to trestle brace it. What else have we got? Yeah, they've also, before I forget, refined the curves of these. I've been looking at this compared to the rat rod and the tri-5, which is the G510Ts. It's ever so slightly different. It's almost like this has got the perfect waistline. It's a beautiful looking guitar and I liked it anyway, but it's really, really grown on me. Now, construction wise, I've been through it. It's beautiful, it's perfect. There's no sort of fret issues anywhere. The frets are dressed perfectly. It's set up perfect. If anything, the frets feel slightly taller. So yeah, it's just fab. I had a little bit of tuning issues, which you'll get with a new guitar because you've got to bed the strings in. The nut is a Graphtec NU-Bone and it's slightly pinching in the G, which might take a little bit of a file. I'll do that when I change the strings. And I've put a little hack there. I've put a little bit of post-it note paper with graphite on it just to stop it sitaring, because there was ever so slight sort of zing to it. So it's got a classic C-shaped neck, 12-inch radius, Laurel fingerboard, and it's got these Hump block inlays. So if somebody was going, oh, why isn't it rosewood? won't make any difference because Laurel is a good material to use as a fingerboard. But then look at the size of these inlays. It's not like you're in contact with that wood much anyways. So it's got lovely matching headstock. This really interesting plaque here that I don't know how to describe it. It looks sort of like something from the golden age, not the Illuminati, but perhaps the Think and Grow Rich movement, which isn't a bad thing, you know, thoughts become things. And this is a beautiful thing to behold, and I love the logo. It looks magic, and I think the guitar is magic, so cool. What else have we got? The finish, here's another thing, in different lights as the sun goes down at night. In here I don't watch TV, you know, I just drink wine and watch Gretches on their stands. And I know I'm not the only person who does that, and I've been doing that ever since I first had one, and I've been in love with Gretsch guitars since I was about 10, and that's getting close to 50 years ago, so I was giving my age away, but you can probably tell. Yeah, so let's get into the pickups. I noticed, like I said earlier in the intro, I got a rat rod and it just sounded way better than the Fairlane Blue G5420 I had. Way better. I spent weeks comparing the two, and I thought they've really done something with these pickups, and I suspect that's where they first showed up, or the first improvements were trialed on those guitars. But let's just have a listen to some open chords. This is in the bridge. By the way, it has a treble bleed master volume that works as well, works really well. And as you back it off, I don't know whether this will relate, but it's kind of got like a sweet Hilo-Tron type chime to it, but they've got all the beans, if you like, and the grunt of the full Filtertron, and they've got all that spectrum of sounds, you know. I absolutely love them. I've been comparing this guitar to the Black Phoenix, which has the TV Classics in it. They're both trestle braced. The Phoenix has a bigger body, and for the price difference, these are around $750 in the UK, whereas the Black Phoenix, if you could get one, I think they've discontinued it. Last price I saw was about $3,600. Excuse me. So yeah, it's almost £2,900 more for that. And are you getting that much more for the money? Not really. And I think I was telling a friend of mine, if I'd gone back to a showroom back in the 90s and tried, when the Gretsch first came back with their MIJ guitars, and I'd picked this up, I'd assumed it was a high-end Pro Series guitar, because it plays great. It sounds good. I'm a bit rusty. I don't practice much and I don't play live anymore. That's my excuse. So yeah, there you go. Is there anything else? So yeah, let's get into the colour. I was just saying that it picks up all the different lights. As the spectrum of light changes, you'll get sort of golds and reds coming out in it. If it's next to a different coloured guitar, it'll be picking up colour from that because of the pearlescent finish. So it's really wonderful, and it's kind of like if you were to watch like an old black and white film, or one of those arty films where they're not quite colour and they're not quite black and white either. It's kind of got that eerie sort of look to it, and it really wouldn't look out of place in a sort of mid-century or 1950s futuristic or even science fiction kitchen. Yeah, so it's incredible. I have had another one of these. I had the orange stain, and a very similar thing Gretsch have done is they bought the rat rod out, and a few months later they bought the limited edition Tri-5. So once I saw they'd done this limited edition, I sent the orange stain back to Bax Music, where I got that from, and they very kindly said, yeah, we'll take it back if it's not damaged in any way. And of course it wasn't, so they refunded me the money, and I got this one, and it's fantastic. So if you're thinking of getting one, don't hesitate, because I think they're only available this year, and they've probably done the batch of them, so they may even have sold out. I don't know. They are crafted in China. I'm not put off by that. It makes sense to, the global costs of everything is going up, to move production somewhere where the labour is cheaper. The Chinese craftsmen are great. I've got Chinese guitars. Big fan of the Gretsch jazz guitar. Brilliantly made. And this is perfect. And I can't find a flaw anywhere with it. And they've not, by doing that, scrimped in any way on quality, because I think the components are Korean made still, hence crafted in China. I could be wrong. So I'm going to be doing another review of this, and I will be adding things as they occur to me in case I've missed something off this one. So excuse the rushed approach to this review. I have to cram them in when I can, because I've got neighbours upstairs, neighbour over that way, landlord downstairs, and everybody's been off work. I've been meaning to do this for a while, so I'm glad I've got to it now. So that's all from me today. I think I've covered everything. So nice to see you. Thanks for dropping by. If you like, be subscribed, hit the like button. Let me know what you think of the guitar, and take care. Be cool. I'll talk to you soon.